We love it. Don't say a word against it.
No, I haven't watched it. I cannot say anything against it.
Salman's brother, and I honestly at that time felt
And there are only two of them.
there's nobody I felt who would play that role as well as me. There was Rajkumar Rao, there was Varun, and there was Pulkit. I could have cast myself in any of those roles,
Importance that I abused that actor.
Boycotted or,
The difficulty is one doesn't even know what is inappropriate anymore.
Yeah.
Anything could be.
Yeah.
You and me could have a normal conversation of a cup of tea and somebody would be upset about a cup.
If you were having a drink or you were smoking a cigarette or what I'm saying.
You can't do that.
You can't do that anywhere. It was done. Nobody made a big hue and cry about it also. I'm sure this industry is very much there for everybody. I don't think they have, much as we hear that there are groups and camps and all that.
Like right now, if I bring
that,
flowers for Maria and do all the romantic shit, what's wrong with you?
What did you eat today for breakfast?
What do you want?
Yeah. पहले आके एयरपोर्ट से पिकअप करना, एयरपोर्ट पे ड्रॉप करना, इनिशियली बाद में बोला तू जा अभी लेट हो गया.
Hello everyone, welcome to Showsha. I am Titas Chowdhury in conversation with team Bandaa Singh Chaudhary, Arshad Warsi, Meher Vij and Arbaaz Khan. Hello.
Thank you.
Hello.
How are you?
All good.
Super. So far, so good.
Great.
Showsha, show good. Sorry.
No, it's okay. No, what I was, when I was researching about the two of you, I found this one film poster called Jeetenge.
We love it. Don't say a word against it.
No, I haven't watched it. I cannot say anything against it. I'm just saying
Nobody watched it.
What memories do you have? Because, there's
Oh,
not
you got
much...
a photograph? This is so cool.
I have.
It's so cool.
This somehow not
But what
much...
is the story? Like, what does it depict?
It's a cool dude. Men in black. No, not. Bad boys.
Bad
face.
boys. Oh.
Very nice.
What was your memory of working on this film? There's not much information somehow available on this online.
Nobody has
The
information.
film is
about
not
this.
released. No,
It's not really. It didn't really happen. So we did the film. We finished it, but not released.
Oh.
We'll talk about that.
Okay,
sometime.
no. I was just...
We'll talk about it in the court of law.
No, okay, so what I was saying is, so I was last speaking to you during Patna Shukla.
Right.
And you had said that, when the script had come to me, I had reached out to Ravina and told her that, there's something that you may like. Do you want to read it? So was it the same scenario here wherein you personally reached out to the actors?
So in this case, it was a little different scenario. The film was initiated with Abhishek and Manish ji. They are the ones who kind of started working on the film.
This time we personally reached out to him.
And then after the film kind of moved a bit ahead, I was involved in the film. And then since then, I've been involved in the film. Yeah.
Okay. So did you come on board before he did?
Yeah.
They were there on board.
We were on. We started.
And then,
Arbaaz was aware of the film. He was aware of it.
Constantly aware
but
of it.
As it already had a producer and everything. But so then...
I came in somewhere in the process of... Once the film had proceeded,
Very helpful.
But then but the film, then we were all involved in the same capacity.
Sorry, you were saying something?
No, I was never saying anything.
Okay. No, I was saying, what was your work before? There was Halchal also.
Right.
There was a fun film. What was your earliest impressions of each other, if I may ask, years back? Do you have
known
any
each other for a
memory
very
of-
long time.
Yeah.
We've known each other since ever, actually. Since even before our career started.
Together.
Yeah, so we've known and we've had a lot of common friends, and like we used to bump into each other at a lot of these social events and all that stuff. And then our careers took off, and at the same time, I think this Tere Mere Sapne and My Darar came in the same year, and then we got busy in our own lives and work and all that stuff, and then we had an opportunity to work on Halchal
together.
And once actually before that with the film that you're talking about, but that somehow didn't
But we spent a lot of time. So we know each other for quite some time, very long. I was very happy when he came to the picture. Because I've always considered him one of the most sorted people I've known in the industry. Yeah, so I was very happy that he's in the picture because I knew that this film will get what it deserves and how it should be handled. And the surety of being a very nice film, it was like a stamp when he came in. I knew, okay, if he's liked the film, it must be good. Because I have a lot of respect for his judgment of work, scripts, films, and how it should be done. how things should happen. So,
And I also feel that he's creatively very sound. Yeah, I think he's given like some really amazing inputs in the film, and they all work well for the film. Like,
Yeah.
It's a very nice film. It's like the whole premise, the whole subject, and the fact that it's coming from inspired from some real life incidents makes it even more relatable and real. And the performances are excellent. Both of them are like par excellence performances, and being associated with this film, we're all very proud. And a film like this, apart from it, it's a family entertainer actually. It's not as serious as it somehow seems to be. When people watch it, they'll see that it is a film that everybody would enjoy. It's got everything. It's got comedy. It's got great music.
yeah.
It's a beautiful film. With a very interesting, serious topic, but it's done in a very, very beautiful way.
Yeah. This is exactly what I was coming to, the serious topic that you're talking about, which is the crux of the story. It has a political color to it. There's a touch there. Especially in today's times, do you think it has become difficult to tell stories like this because of social media? People get offended, right, very easily. How do you?
But I think fortunately, this film is not offensive at all.
Okay.
It's a story of a man, his courage to put together, his belief in the right things. It's a story of the entire village coming together to fight the evil. It's about all that. It's about togetherness. How all the different communities unite together and face one bad villain.
Right.
So it's a very nice. I think when people see it, they'll realize what it's all about. On the periphery, it feels like that. It feels a little political, but no, it's not political. Okay. It's not at all political. It's a man's journey, or his strength and courage to fight against all odds for the right. That's what he does, and the whole village comes together to do it.
Yeah, and when you've stated the facts, then why be scared? It's just we've not shown anything which is not available, on social media or in public domain. So there's nothing controversial about it. It's just we're stating some facts. That's it.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't need to completely shy away from instances or scenarios that have happened in the past, and we are going to learn from them if at all you're getting inspired by because you cannot deny history is there for you to see and learn from. It's like a lot of things happen tomorrow. But nothing has been done with the intention to hurt any sentiments of any community or anybody. If you notice, obviously, one of the bodies that kind of decides what is very good for you for public consumption is your censor board, for that matter. And they are prominent people who sit down and they are very particular when they want certain cuts or when they want certain things.
National integration.
Yeah,
that's what they call it.
So, when that happens is, otherwise you'll see a lot of films get stuck asking for cuts because they're not satisfied.
True.
They feel that, that this might hurt a certain community or a certain caste or whatever it is. And it's happened. They've asked you to change one word. Like, ye word change karo, kyunki ye word bada sensitive hai, this is unacceptable. So, when they saw the film and they kind of passed it and they kind of gave it a UA for that matter and they called it as national integration film, that means somewhere there is a belief that this is not a controversial film at all and it's not politically driven for that matter. It's a story of a man where certain instances in that era that happened, a story around that time.
It's a feel-good film. Trust me, when you come out, you really feel nice. It gives you hope, it gives you courage, it makes you want to be a better person.
Yeah.
Which is a nice,
it's about human spirit
when you
also.
watch a film, any film, it has to, some kind of emotion must be generated in you when you watch a film. Either it's anger or whatever it is, drama, cry, tears, love, whatever. And this is one of those. It makes you feel wonderful. Makes you feel there's hope, and yes, everything's going to be fine. It gives you that feeling, which is nice.
Yeah. Arbaaz, do you ever feel when you're producing, let's say a film like this, like you said you love the story, you love being associated with it. Is there a greed somewhere to cast yourself also?
That's why we called him later.
So that he doesn't.
That's why I said quietly start halfway down, then call him.
I think amongst the films that I've produced, like let's just say the Dabangs where I had to cast myself because honestly I felt there was a role of the Salman's brother, and I honestly at that time felt.
And there are only two of them.
There's nobody I felt who would play that role as well as me, I personally felt at that point. And I think I was right when I made that call. But then I've done subsequently films which had a lot of other actors, and I never cast myself, even though I produced myself, with an opportunity to be part of it. Dolly Ki Dolly was one for such film where there were 3 actors, and this is like 10 years back. There was Rajkumar Rao, there was Varun, and there was Pulkit. I could have cast myself in any of those roles, Then subsequently, even in Patna Shukla, there were 3 other characters where any one of those characters I could have cast myself. But I felt there were better choices. That's why I didn't cast myself.
But it's great that you're able to make that call.
Yeah, and plus, when I produce films, believe you me, I'm there right from the time the film's story has been finalized, to the pre-production, to the shooting, to the post-production, till the release. So I give a lot of my time to that. I don't want that focus to be shifted when I'm an actor on the set to some extent, because then I would lose focus of what I'm doing. So I try my best to not cast myself initially for any of my films that I produce.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Meher, you started playing a mother on screen pretty early on in your career. Now see, while it must be the weightage of the role, right? Like what it was in Bajrangi Bhaijaan. But there's a lot of chatter about how actors tend to get stereotyped a certain way and stuff like that. Was that ever a thought in your mind?
इतना सोचा नहीं रोल उठाने से पहले. अच्छा लगा तो कर लिया. सोचा नहीं कि टाइप कास्ट होंगी. Because ये तो हर एक्टर के साथ है. It's not only with me. अगर कोई भी स्टार्ट कर रहा है किसी भी तरह, अगर कोई विलन के रोल से स्टार्ट कर रहा है तो विलन की तरह ही कास्ट होते रहता है. सो इट्स नॉट फॉर मी. सो आई डिडंट हैव इट इन माय माइंड व्हाइल signing the film. But yeah, it's fine. I'm out of it now. Like I had to let go a lot of work, which is fine with me. So now the track has changed for me. It's fine.
Yeah, but would you say that you suddenly started being flooded with these mother roles that happened?
That does happen with every actor. See, it's not only about me. If someone plays a doctor or a villain, he will be, called for those kind of roles only. So it's nothing new that I had faced. So it's fine. You have to deal with it and you move forward, with your choices. And you don't need to really be worried or, cry about it. It's fine. It happens. It's life. So just move on.
Yeah. I just mentioned social media, which is like, gives you instant gratification, of course, but there's also instant reactions. Are you happy that all of you started your careers at a time when social media wasn't so much out there?
Yes, we are.
Definitely.
I think everybody of that era will turn around and tell you, no matter what, that it probably was better.
This is insane.
Why was it better?
I don't know. I think there's too much of invasion to some extent of your privacy. And, we are overexposed. So, when we were growing up, there was this little, this mystique about certain actors, like we never knew where they went, what they did, how they lived.
You look forward to seeing
Today,
them.
you're getting them, papped right out, getting in a car, getting into the gym, getting outside a hotel, getting outside an airport. So that whole, I don't know whether that exposure is really good, because if you've seen so much of that person before you see them on film, then, you don't know whether that's why we are facing this little issue, because anybody has been seen so much now that you're like, अभी थिएटर में भी जाके देखना गया इनको, ऐसा almost ऐसा हो जाता है. अगर बट आपने कभी देखा ही नहीं तो उनकी नई फिल्म आती है तो थोड़ा सा उसकी क्यूरियोसिटी ज्यादा रहती है कि भाई उनको यहीं देख सकते हैं और कहीं देख ही नहीं सकते. There's no spotting of them only. So there is that little disadvantage that has probably creeped in,
Yeah.
And it's, of course, the whole social media is destroying the younger generation, according to me.
Okay.
It's completely messing them up. You're creating robots. Your attention span is becoming shorter and shorter because the reels are 30 seconds and 10 seconds. You're just destroying.
Yeah.
My kids get into the room, they don't come out for days. And they will not. And that's not mine. All kids are like that. Their life revolves around the phone and what's going on it. And half of it is rubbish.
Yeah.
It's really, really bad.
Those many hours, they are not putting in studies, they're not putting in
bad.
sports, they're not
Nothing,
putting in
nothing.
reading. They're putting it on the phone,
Becoming
which is giving
vegetables.
So there are those little disadvantages that are there, of this.
You're completely misinformed.
Yeah, also I think the trolling that especially I think an actor faces,
that's another
I mean, you can vouch for it. Recently that happened. But what I'm saying is that, I think people have this notion that since they are actors, they are these public properties and we can all have an opinion on them.
Apart from that, opinion is fine. See, the other problem is that these are faceless people.
Right.
These are people who are hiding behind and just passing comments. They have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And it gives you importance that I abused that actor. I did that. You know?
And पहले
It
क्या
gives
होता
you
था?
like
Right,
it
पहले
gives
क्या
them a
होता
high.
था? आपको physically किसी के घर के बाहर
जाके
बैनर्स
बोलना।
लेके आंदोलन करना पड़ता था, and you have to show your disagreement or your
For
anger,
that, you
whatever.
have to be honest about it and really mean it.
And be there. अभी आपको आप बैठो रहे हो ना, कहीं पर भी बैठ के आप वहीं से abuse करो ना. I don't need to be
And
standing
you don't
outside
even
your house.
understand it.
So
You
that
don't
effort is
do
gone.
it. You're just doing it. And it's random. It's just random and baseless and senseless.
So does it make you think twice before saying something now? All of you are
Probably it does. Of course, I think being in this position, the people are very sensitive, and one has to be definitely careful about what they say.
Right.
Because today the cancel culture is very strong. So the moment is like you say something which is inappropriate, or you say something that is sensitive, you're going to get boycotted,
And
or
the difficulty is one doesn't even know what is inappropriate anymore.
Yeah.
Anything could be.
Yeah.
You and me could have a normal conversation of a cup of tea, and somebody would be upset about a cup. And I don't know what to do about that.
I know.
It's so random.
And then it's
so
picked up
random.
also, it gets a lot of push also. See, अगर आप देखो कोई भी comments अगर होंगे ना, करीब 50 comments भी आपके आए हैं, उसमें से 40 comments are good comments. What will be highlighted are the 10 comments that are not so good, and they will be also be picked up in the social media to say, "Arey, this is what was said." They are not going to say about the 40 good things that are said.
Yeah.
They'll say about the 10 bad things that are said.
That's actually
That's where they make a
human
story.
Nature. That's
Yes.
human nature. You could have somebody who's done 100 good things all his life.
Yes.
Okay, one bad thing, you can fire him for that. But you will not
Yeah.
consider, okay, dude, he's been nice to me for 10 years. This is the first time he's goofed up. But that goof up could define the person's character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Inexcusable. That's
Suddenly,
like-
yeah. So that's human, and that's what this thing thrives on.
My God, it's so
One
tough.
mistake.
It is.
You can do
These are
be
difficult
right.
times, and they probably always were. But I think now, right now,
it's in-
what you say, how you conduct yourself, your behavior, whatever. I mean to say, there were certain things that I recently just saw. I was watching an interview of one of our actors, and was conducting an interview, and today you can't do the interview the way the person was doing it. There's no way. Not that.
Yeah.
No
In
chance.
what way?
Like
Pushing
maybe if you
everybody
like,
out.
maybe if you're having a drink or you are smoking a cigarette or what I'm
Yeah.
saying,
You can't do that.
You can't do that anywhere. It was done. Nobody made a big hue and
Nobody
cry
made a
about
big
it
deal.
also.
Yeah, I've done.
We've
I've
seen
given
Hollywood
interviews
actors
saying
do
that.
that, sitting and
Yeah.
talking, and with people who probably are non-smokers. एक होता है कि आप सिगरेट पी रहे हो और कोई सामने, कोई नहीं है, तो चलो ठीक है, समझ में आता. But वो acceptable था. I'm saying कि a lot of things were acceptable and it was just fine. But today you can't do it. It's like, you're a role
Nothing
model,
is
people
acceptable.
get influenced, this, that happened probably. So it's all those things.
Too
that-
many things.
It's like bad relatives, just ignore
है
them.
ना?
And I think
They
those
are just
people,
doing
those
it.
people
They
also
just
who are
want to
doing it
see
today
you.
understand and will not do it because they know that that time it was still okay to do it. Now it's not.
Right.
It's not that they still continue to do that. They also understood कि boss नहीं कर सकते ये सब
Yeah,
पहले.
yeah. But I think it's great that in a climate like this, a film like Bandaa Singh Chaudhary is getting a theatrical release because so much is happening, so many conversations are happening. People are talking about corporate bookings, about rigged booking. There are smear campaigns happening, things like that. Do you think ultimately it takes away from the art of filmmaking somewhere? All of this impacts film business. Credit wars too sometimes.
I don't think so. If the film is good, they'll watch it anyhow.
Yeah.
Does it, sir? I don't think so. If the
A good
product
film,
is good, then
people
it
watch
doesn't
But
matter.
It's just that it gets difficult because there are so many other things interfering in that journey. You know what I mean? It's like there's the good film. I have to walk from it to in the middle. There are 10,000 people who are going to distract my mind for me to reach there, and that becomes so that good film doesn't get its due because nobody has allowed people to get into that theater.
Yeah.
And
That's
that
the
window
problem.
is very short. एक होता है ना कि चलो if it's constantly there, maybe someday, week, they will say, oh, let's go see it. You have a 3-day window for a film to
It's so difficult.
to
It's
click,
just
to
tough.
garner any kind of support or any kind of, So that's the challenging part. This whole process is to get people to
And
for
so
these interviews
scary.
that happen.
You work, you spend a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years to make a film, and it's decided within 2-3 days.
Yes.
It is just so not fair. I like the old standard where the movie, you book a theater, you put a movie, you give that movie time, give people time, to see the film. Now you're not that. There's no time.
Yeah.
But it happened with Padmavat also, so it didn't really affect the film in any negative way. So it's okay if the film is good. Yeah, sorry.
What happened, Padmavat?
With Padmavat also, there was so much issue, if you've read about it.
Chalo,
So it like really won't impact until your product is fine, then you don't need to really worry
this
about
is
it.
talking about the theatrical release, which is true. Smaller films that today just don't get the theatre.
Yeah.
They just don't get it.
But do you see the same kind of industry support, among each other, like it was, let's say, back in the day?
I think so. I think when I see everybody does their own thing, but when they need to unite for a common cause, I'm sure this industry is very much there for everybody. I don't think they have, much as we hear that there are groups and camps and all that stuff. That's only a comfort of every filmmaker and an actor, and I think that's fine. It's like everybody has their.
We all are like that. Yeah?
They
We
make
all
their
work
own
with the same people.
relation.
You're connected and you understand each other.
And when they need, they will jump the group also. It's not as though कि भाई वो वहीं पर काम करेंगे. When कोई ज़रूरत होगी किसी actor की, director की, so they will take that call and they'll say. But if you ask, because see, filmmaking is such a tedious process.
Sure.
You want to work with people who you are comfortable with also.
You
Because
don't have to explain over and over again.
एक साल लगता है.
They understand you, you understand them, work happens faster.
So that comfort is what you feel कि भाई यार, I know this person, I know what he's going to do for me. He's a good actor, he works for my film, or he's a good director, works for my film. Let's work with him only. And if they've found success already in that combination, there is no reason, to change.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. We don't have time, I have to end this. When I started watching the trailer, the first few scenes made me think like it's a love story because of the, the nice tidbits that we saw between the two of you. It seemed nice. There is a dearth of love stories on screen. हम लोग को वो ज़्यादा देखने को मिलता नहीं है. But tell me, how was? I'm very curious actually. How are you as a lover? Are you like a obsessive Majnu type? I spoke to Maria ma'am recently, but I'll tell you later. Yes.
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm very romantic.
You're not?
Yeah, I think my feeling is all inside. So I don't really, what do you call it? Go out there and do it. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's very strong.
But you're less
Very
expressive.
strong. Less expressive.
Anyways, very less expressive.
But the feeling is very strong.
It's
very
not
nice.
about romance,
Very
all
nice.
the time. It's about standing with each other, shoulder to shoulder, supporting in every situation.
Yeah.
So romance का एक अलग, बहुत अलग dimensions है. So you
बिल्कुल.
can't really,
But are you both also romantics in real life?
I am okay. I'm not that bad.
Are you
but
gonna
not
be
so expressed.
Okay.
I've learned to be now more expressive.
You
but
better
yeah.
be type.
That's good, no?
But but I'm not like over the top. I'm not
Okay.
like the bouquet
I
and
think-
cards
yeah.
and like all that.
When you're young,
Showsha.
you do all these things, and as you get older, responsibilities and other things take over. So life changes. So like right now, if
I always feel
if I
that,
bring flowers for Maria and do all the romantic thing, what's wrong with you? Why
What did
doing
you eat
this?
today for
What
breakfast?
What do you want?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah, तो एक तो क्या है ना,
Reach that
consistency
stage.
is very important. We all get used to that. Now, if suppose you're making, if you're sending cards every day or you're sending flowers to somebody's house every day, you do that for a month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, then you've set that trend now. The day you don't do it, now,
Now the
problem.
so I very early realized that do what you can be consistent with.
That's true.
Do what you can be consistent with. Otherwise, like पहले आके airport से pick up करना, airport पे drop करना, initially बाद में बोलता है तू जा अभी late हो गया, I'll see you tomorrow. Then they start saying you used to do it then.
now-
So do it sporadically. Do it when you can do it, or be very clear that you're going to do it all the time. Because people get used to that behavior.
I'm not going to love you too much now because I know 5 years later I will not be loving you.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do all of this.
Can it?
Just be real. Be
No, be
who
real.
you
Do
are,
it now.
don't
Not
need to-
intentionally,
Yeah.
but do it when you can.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you know what, those expectations are going to be there all the time, and that's human nature.
That is. But thank you so much to all of you.
Thank you.
I'm being nice to you because you're going to accept it later. Expect it to happen later. I'm stopping it right now.
What's going
Get
on
out of
there? Where
Get
the
out of
topic has
there.
reached.
I don't know where this is going.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
best
you.
for this
Thank
film.
you.
Looking forward to what all of you do next as well.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Hi, I'm Arshad Warsi.
Hi, this is Meher Vij,
Hi, this is Arbaaz Khan.
and you're watching us on News 18.